Something a little different today. We're teaming up with the fantastic podcast Fife Club, and I'd like to start our show by listening to a snippet of a significantly better show. Check them out on iTunes and fifeclub.co.uk.
We're Fife Club, a podcast from the kingdom where some friends discuss everything and anything that take their interest, putting their world to rights.
But today is officially, apparently, Europe Day. Did not know
For
Europe
the last time.
We also pit fighters against each other in our imaginary nonagon.
My fight, it's between the Thai boys who were arrested from a cave and the Chilean miners.
So Mark, what's your fight club?
Well, lads, it's time to talk nonsense candies. The Werther's Original versus the Murraymen.
And in Desert Island Dicks, we bring things to our desert island to help us survive.
For a classic, like a good lad, man's best friend. So, the honey badger.
I'm going to bring a very large vacuum flask to keep our tea/coffee warm.
Yes.
I'm taking a Dura flask of tea to the island.
If any of us sounds like your thing, then what is wrong with you, and why don't you give us a listen on Radio Haver?
Fife Club, Scotland's premier Fife-based podcast.
Want to know more? Get us at fiveclub.co.uk.
Hello and welcome to The Sweet Connection. I'm your host, Kat. With me today is two people. One of them's Carl McCarthy.
Sup?
And the other one's not Carl McCarthy.
That's true.
This is true. So, first things we've got to say, what's the big news?
Well, we're here because Jason Lewis
Yes,
has had a baby.
has had a baby. He's had a baby boy. So we wish them all the best. Do we? Do we, Carl? Or are you about to throw a little curveball in there?
No, I hope they're well. Hope mother's alright.
Anyway, moving on. So, it has changed a bit since you guys were last here. Is it for the better, or have we gone downhill?
We've got a separate room now.
We have a separate room. Some would call it a studio. Some would call it my third bedroom. What do you call it, Carl?
The room with the keyboard and the and the pool table in.
So, I haven't really learned how to play the keyboard a lot since you sold it to me for £10. How would you like to buy it back for £20?
No.
No? Okay. So, it's still pretty much sitting there unused in someone's bedroom, which is exactly what it was doing when it was in your bedroom.
Isn't that most keyboards, though? I feel like that's probably what most keyboards end up doing.
I agree. Laura bought a flute for £240 about 7-8 months ago. Used it for a month. Now it's unused. I think that's the fate of most musical instruments.
Yeah.
Because music is way hard.
It's very hard.
It's also bullshit as well. It makes no sense.
I mastered it.
Did you?
No.
Okay. So, what things do you play, Carl?
Well, I attempt to play the guitar.
Yeah? Any good?
I'm average.
So, what grade would you say you are?
Bloody hell, Kaz, I don't bloody do grading. But if I had to say I was a grade, A+.
Okay. I think we can take from that you're not very high up on the grading system if you think it's measured in A plus and things. That's good. So shall we discuss what we did last night? Our crushing humiliation at the pub quiz that we attended.
Well,
We didn't finish last.
we didn't finish last.
We weren't last.
And there was quite a few teams, though, and we were quite far down. We would be in the relegation zone.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I think there was about 2 others who came less than us, wasn't there?
Yeah. I think the thing is, because we did exactly the same pub quiz at the same place 2 months prior, and we came third, did well.
We came third, yeah.
Yeah.
We actually won some money.
We had a pretty high ego after that. We thought, we're a great quiz team.
Yeah.
We also had your mum.
We got mad with power.
Working behind the bar that night.
Yeah, correct.
And she actually gave us about 6 or 7 answers.
Yeah, that really is the difference
Which
between us.
Technically, some would say is cheating.
I would say it is using the resources available to you.
Yeah.
Okay?
They said no phones.
Yeah, which...
Your mum is not a phone.
She's not a phone.
So, I think, so after that, we were like, well, we're really good at this, actually. And we turned out we didn't have your mum to help us. We didn't have that person with sort of like, of like maybe above 40 years of age.
Correct,
who
yeah.
has that knowledge on like certain music and TV shows. And we really suffered.
We did suffer from that
suffered
badly.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't seem at the time she was giving us that many answers, but it really was 6 or 7 right answers that she was giving us.
Yeah.
It's just like, that's probably why.
So I think we basically just got a bit carried away, really.
We did,
I think we thought we were a bit better than we actually are. And I think as opposed to having a bad week this week, I think we were just exposed as not being that good at pop quizzes, really.
Yeah, I mean, like, because we had someone from my work who was there as well, and I was basically chatting shit to her all on Friday, saying how we've got all the bases covered. And so, unless she was one of the other two teams that finished below us, I might have to eat a gargantuan slice of humble pie.
Well, one of those teams
tomorrow at work.
One of those teams had 3 people.
Did they?
One of those teams only had 3 people.
Oh, what, who
finished below us?
Okay,
and so
that's to be expected. Oh, okay,
it's to be expected.
Yeah, which is a shame because it was actually a massive turnout, and they actually had some pretty good prizes.
190 quid.
190 quid.
We won 16 quid. We got third last time, didn't we?
Yeah.
It was 3 times that.
It was like 45 quid, wasn't it? That's pretty solid. That would have paid for a few rounds. So, have you watched Bandersnatch?
I have not. I've never actually watched.
Have you watched Bandersnatch, Carl?
I've never seen Black Mirror.
Okay. Basically, I think that they are trying to say that all technology is bad. Because that's the plot of every single Black Mirror episode.
Yeah, like I just from seeing trailers.
Is that your phone can download you? Like that is literally all it is. But anyway, Bandersnatch, right? It's a choose your own adventure game.
Yeah.
Film. Okay. And I thought it was fucking awful, and I didn't even finish it. Let me tell you why. All right. Basically, sort of, I chose very sensible decisions. Okay. So he had the things to either take his pills or flush them down the toilet. So I was like, you know what? I think you should probably take your medication. Turns out that was the wrong answer because they were laced with something. Second option, to either jump off the side of a building or to not jump off the side of a building. And I picked don't jump off the side of the building. Apparently that was the wrong answer. So then the film resets you like 3 choices back for you to pick the other one. And it's really, really annoying. And I don't understand how I was meant to know to jump off the side of a building was in fact the correct decision. Because that does not apply to real life. And it keeps resetting you. And I got sick of it in the end. 0 out of 10.
Interesting. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Bandersnatch.
Yeah, no, but like, I mean, like, how do you like? It's on Netflix. Isn't it?
It's on Netflix, yeah.
It's like a multiple choice, like.
You get 2 choices, so it's almost like The Walking Dead or like games like that, where you get like 2 choices between taking medication or flushing down the toilet, and you've got 10 seconds to choose the thing. But like, whilst in those 10 seconds, it's still in the film, so you find at those pauses, there's like a very awkward pause where like sort of 2 characters are just like staring at each other, waiting for you to select the answer that they say. And like, if you didn't realise those sort of questions were there, it would be really weird because it's like, all right, Carl, would you like a carling or a Zweck? You chose carling. So it's but it's like that, but like every 10 minutes,
right?
And it really pissed me off. Didn't like it.
Interesting. So it's made it into a video game, pretty much.
I mean, like, I think that there's like 30, 40 different endings.
Right.
And I was just like I think that could work as a concept. I just don't think they did it particularly well. I think that like because it is sort of a horror game, except it's not really horror. It's more like, it's like it's really, really meta, right? So basically, how it kind of ends, because I had a look on Wikipedia. There's a bit where, because it's set in like the 80s, and the bit where like so he logs into his computer and then he makes contact with you, the viewer, and then. Okay. And then he then becomes aware of Netflix, even though Netflix is currently now and films obviously set in the 80s. And then there's like a very small child who is there for like 30 seconds. And then there is a bit where she then grows up and then pitches the idea of Bandersnatch to Netflix. And it's really, really wanky. And I fucking hate it. And it's just like really, really meta, but like kind of pointlessly meta.
It's kind of like the meta equivalent of it was all a dream.
You may as well have said it like that would be a better ending than ending with someone from Netflix pitching the film that you just watched. And you sort of want them to say, actually, that's a terrible idea for a film. No, don't like it.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
Do check it out.
I certainly will. After Ben's glowing review of it, I can't wait.
Yeah. Sweet Connection gives it 1 out of 5. So I've got a little surprise for you guys. Because if you had listened to the show before, you know that I surprised Jason with these.
Chili flavoured shots. Do you dare? Inferno.
So we have a little sample. It's not very alcoholic. It's only like 5%, but it's more the heat. Would you like to have a little sample of them?
So not too long back, one of my colleagues from work was leaving, so we went out on Ipswich to as for his leaving do.
Yeah.
And then he got this tray of shots. Well, we bought him this tray of shots, and they were all different flavours and whatever. And I knew that one on the end was like this chili
Right.
shot.
Okay.
And I was like, oh yeah. I was like, his name was Charlie. I was like, Charlie, you got to have that one on the end. And
Okay.
he was like,
And didn't he be like?
no, he was like,
why have you said that?
He was like, oh, pick me which one to have. And I was like, no, I'll have that one on the end. And he was like, he picked it up and then just handed it straight to me. So I was like, oh shit. So anyway, I knew it was like this chili one, and it was actually painful.
Okay.
So I assume it's probably this, or maybe like a variant of it. So
with that in mind,
give it a go.
give it a go, shall we, please? I think because I've already had it.
Oh, I don't know if that's an excuse, really.
Is that not an excuse? You filled that halfway up, you absolute nutter.
You let me pour it.
This was really, really bad for me last time. Taste of like jalapeno and stuff, which for me is really hot. So I'm wondering, because you guys like your spices, whether you'll be able to handle this a lot better than I can.
Well, just in case, I'm going to open my beaner. Ready?
All right, you guys are ready?
Okay, well.
Shall we?
Cheers,
boys. Yeah. Yes. No. What are you saying?
It's definitely got a bit of spice to
I'm
it.
waiting for it to hit me.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Maybe it's just anti-Catters juice, but I think that's fucking dreadful.
It didn't taste good.
No, it
In
doesn't
terms
taste
of
nice.
flavour, it's not very good.
No, it just doesn't taste nice. It's not like, I don't want to say it's overly hot.
I'm dying.
So yeah. Anyway, the point of the story is I got completely mugged off and completely ruined my evening because I was just it's fucked my stomach for the rest of the evening.
Right.
Fucking bastard.
Well, that's the thing, because I like spicy food.
Yeah.
But spicy food, you could say, does not like me. So I enjoy eating spicy food a lot.
It's the following morning.
It's the following morning, the following sort of the next few hours. It's like a real that's not good.
Should I? Yeah. Because if I have like a garlic naan, I can smell that like in verbatim the following morning.
Lovely.
When I do it, and it really, really makes me feel quite uncomfortable. Because because it's like after having an Indian, having a few beers, so you're feeling a bit sensitive anyway in the morning, and then when you go on the toilet and you just smell exactly what you ate before it, just psychologically it just breaks you.
Yeah.
It breaks you down, and I'm just weeping uncontrollably on the toilet.
Safe to say that when it comes to spicy food, Ben, you're not.
No, I'm not the worst of our friends, though, is it?
Yeah, but that's not saying a lot because Auburn and Will are very poor.
I didn't realise Will was that poor.
Well, he couldn't handle.
Hello, Will, by the way, because he is definitely listening.
I hope so. He couldn't handle Wetherspoons.
Wetherspoons? What do you mean?
In Brighton, he got a. I can't remember what it was now. It was like some sort of southern fried wrap or chipotle wrap or something.
Didn't he? Yeah.
I
finished that, didn't I?
Yeah. You can finish it.
Yeah, he was like, oh, that's too hot, that. And I was like, it's a bloody fucking... It's spicy mayo.
it's spicy mayo, which is like slightly below ketchup on the spice level.
Yeah.
It literally was spicy mayo. And I was just like, are you fucking serious, Will? I removed him and blocked him on Facebook after that. So.
Well, this is a bit of an exaggeration.
I think it's quite a funny actually like the sort of stereotype you get with like British and spicy food, because either cannot eat spice at all, like just can't deal with it, or Big fucking Dave out with the lads having a vindaloo and just getting it down.
I don't know anyone called Dave, but I can picture Big fucking Dave in my head really clearly. He works as a lorry driver, I think. He wears like a checkered shirt, which is like size XXXL.
He can demolish.
He's got stubble.
Demolish a vindaloo.
Just
without
a bucket of
breaking a
vindaloo.
Sweat.
Yeah, and there's no in between.
Sends it down. Yeah, that's the stereotype. I think is either you just can't eat it at all, or you're one of these blokes who goes to the Indian and just gets a vindaloo,
has an absolute field day,
and just I mean, some people enjoy sitting there just sweating and eating and just what I mean.
Why would you ever want to do that to yourself?
Well, I actually, because I wouldn't get a vindaloo because vindaloo is too much. I wouldn't really enjoy that. But I can get pretty much the ones like the tier below that is fine.
Okay, so that's your
so if it was like a spicy madras, a spicy madras, I could eat and enjoy one of those. Okay. It might be slightly too much, but if you're sat there and eating and sweating, and then you take a massive shit later that day, you really do feel like
refreshed. So you feel like
cleared out.
It's
just like it's
like a sort of detox. You just detox
all the bad energy.
It just burned all the bad bacteria out of your gut, like it's like drinking lava.
I remember first year of uni, one of my mates ordered a dried ghost chili off the internet, and we ate like it was like half a dried one each or something.
Yeah,
and it was awful. It was absolutely awful. Like it was like borderline. This is dangerous.
This is unsafe. We have to call an ambulance.
But it was okay. I just drank a load of milk, ate some ice cream, and it was all right. And then I just had the worst experience.
So it was like one tiny little bit of chili, and that did it to you.
Yeah, it was for the next week. My stomach was just not right for the next week. It was awful. But then after that week, I felt fantastic. I was just like, it's like
you've been reborn.
It's like an aggressive detox. Yeah, it's like a serious like.
Was it worth it though? Was it worth feeling that pain just for that one day?
No.
How long did that high last? Like one morning? It's like now I'm back to
maybe it wasn't even a high. Maybe I just thought, actually,
he's getting over it.
Actually, that poo was solid.
So that's
fantastic. In actuality,
it's weird how one tiny quarter of chili can just do that to a person.
I felt it go all the way down. It was
Did you?
Hot.
What would Will react, do you reckon, if we slipped him a ghost chili in his coma?
He would vomit, I reckon.
He would vomit, would he?
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah, I think his body would reject it.
It would just shut down his entire body.
No.
He goes into like a sort of ghost chili coma.
Yeah. Just sort of like, oh.
He just dies.
He's in bed with like a drip full of milk like, into his arm, just like, kill me. It's not for me. It isn't for me. So I've got a few questions for you in a little segment I like to call Versus.
Let's get ready to rumble!
It's a new segment for you guys. Well, it isn't actually new for the show. It's new for you guys. So I've got a few people who I think would make a fun, interesting matchup, and then we'll decide who we think would win in like a barroom brawl.
Right. You specify what are the barroom brawl. So what are the rules, regulations of this?
I think that they can use
because someone's character could make a serious, someone's like character could have a serious impact on the outcome depending on what they're willing to, willing to do to win, right?
I think that is like the point, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the first one we've got Willy Wonka versus Michael Jackson. They're both very similar people. In fact, he is kind of based off him. You know the one with Johnny Depp. He based off Michael Jackson because they're both kind of creepy, weird around kids, pale, soft spoken. So who do you reckon would win a barroom brawl? Willy Wonka, Michael Jackson.
I haven't seen the Johnny Depp Willy Wonka.
Let's say it's the first Willy Wonka. Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman, yeah. So certainly Michael Jackson's fitter because he does all the dancing. Yeah. So that's good for him. He could do like a head kick, couldn't he?
Well, I would say Willy Wonka to win because he's got a fucking cane.
He's got a cane, yeah. Let's factor in the cane. But is Michael Jackson fast enough to dodge Willy Wonka's cane?
Could Michael Jackson take a hit?
Could he like?
He's had a lot of work done.
Yeah. His face just explodes.
Is that good or bad though? Because like his face is like half plastic. So would it just like
nerve endings? He wouldn't have any nerve.
Yeah. So he's like sort of like unstoppable in a way. You're like the Terminator. He just keeps taking punishment to the face. He'd tear off his nose, throw it like a ninja star at Gene Hackman.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
But a cane is quite substantial.
Yeah, I'd say the cane is a difference maker there.
The cane takes it. They're saying Willy Wonka with a win. With a cane. With a cane. Yeah. With a cane in the bar. How about Theresa May versus Angela Merkel?
Merkel.
Yeah, that's not even.
Theresa May.
Would you fight dirty though? Because
Theresa May would have the reach.
Yeah. Would you possibly get a bottle, smash it on the end of the bar?
No.
And would she not?
No.
I think she'd fight because I think she's a.
She is quite defiant.
She's a power hungry bitch though, so I think she could pull out the stops. She knows she is outgunned by Merkel's mass.
I think Merkel would just have the stability. I think she'd be able to like judo throw her around.
Yeah, she could. Yeah.
It depends.
So low centre of like gravity.
Is it striking or grappling? That's
anything goes. Anything goes.
So it depends. It depends who Depends if because I said Theresa May's got the reach, isn't she?
Well, it depends if he's willing to go the extra mile, you know. And you could get a pool cue, snap it in half, and just shank someone in the front. In the neck.
I could definitely see Theresa May doing that though.
I want to go for Merkel.
You go for Merkel?
I think she'd wrestle her. Yeah.
You don't think that
think,
May would like sort of keep her at like a distance with her jab, like Tyson Fury?
Well, I think because we've all seen Theresa May's sick dance moves, so she's also got quick feet.
There's the old alley shuffle. Alley shuffles around and then she like falls over like a chair, breaks her own neck.
I think she'll like float like a butterfly, but sting like a bee. So I'm going with Theresa May.
You go Theresa May?
Yeah.
You going Merkel?
I'll go Merkel. Yeah.
I'm going to go Merkel as well because I think in the end her mass.
I think that's it.
I think
the judo.
Yeah, and just a pretty square jaw as well. She could take a punch from Theresa. I don't think Theresa could take a punch from
a big overhead
from this big Stein like fist that she's got. So I think Merkel. Okay, so this one is a triple threat: Jeremy Corbyn versus Jeremy Paxman versus Jeremy Clarkson. Obviously, Corbyn's out because Corbyn would be useless in a fight.
Clarkson's got a big old head, isn't he?
He's got a big old head, but also
big old Barry.
He is a bit of a pussy though, Clarkson, because like he punched Piers Morgan like 3 times in the face and didn't knock Piers Morgan down. So I think he's like a big guy, but also quite unfit and not particularly strong. Jeremy Paxman does look like a legit hard man back in his day.
Why are you so quick to write off Corbyn?
Because he's just a pacifist, isn't he? I don't think
that's how he gets you.
That's how he gets you. Okay. I don't think he'd be any good in that situation. Like none whatsoever.
No, I think he'd let them fight out themselves, wouldn't he? Just.
Oh yeah, and then he like swoops in at the end and like.
Yeah. I mean, how do you think you got to leader of Labour? I mean, nobody backed him.
Yeah, that is true.
I'm going to go for Corbyn, actually.
You get it for Corbyn?
Nobody backed him. He did it. He was just a backbencher for years. Nobody backed him. And all of a sudden, there he is.
There he is. What do you think?
This is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So you know, I can see it. I can see Adam's like thing actually happening. His theory happening.
Strategic.
Yeah, because that's what I reckon will happen. You know, Jeremy Clarkson will hit, or Jeremy Paxman will hit Clarkson with a big finisher. Yeah,
big finisher.
A big finisher. Yeah.
Stone Cold Stunner.
Stone Cold Stunner, and then bloody Corbyn come in like proper Eddie Guerrero in with a steel chair. And then
he's got the championship belt, which is just like the Labour leader, and he clocks him on the head.
Money in the bank.
And when the referee turns around, they're both laying on the floor. So he's like confused what's happened, and then he just like gets up and just like. That's what gonna happen.
Yeah. He jumps on the bar, then he frog splashes him. So okay, that is not how I thought that would turn out. So we are going to go Jeremy Corbyn, yeah? Yep, Jeremy Corbyn would definitely beat up Jeremy Clarkson. Brilliant. There we go. Okay. Oh. How about the Beatles versus the Smiths?
Oh
no, the Smiths are just such sad boys, aren't they? They're moist, so no, it would have to be the Beatles.
Well,
aren't they pretty moist as well, though?
Yeah, they are, but the Smiths are really moist. So
in the Smiths' defence, okay.
Morrissey,
the drummer was a boxer. So,
was he? Oh, okay. He's just one man though. So can he really carry his team to victory?
And the bass player was he's quite literally a crackhead. So
crackheads do have a bit of extra.
Yeah, have that sort of crazy strength, don't they?
Yeah.
Unpredictable.
I reckon Mozza wouldn't last about 5 seconds.
Mozza would cry.
Yeah, but Johnny Marr, I reckon he's got a bit of pace about it. So
I reckon he'd run.
Does he though? Yeah.
Johnny Marr would run.
Okay.
Mozza would cry with his open shirt and bouquet of flowers.
He just write like a sad song whilst being punched by Paul McCartney.
Like I know John Lennon hits women, so he's probably got a bit of.
He does have a history of that.
Yeah. He hits women, does he?
Yeah,
did he?
There was a thing
so,
about
yeah.
That.
Okay,
He beat his wife.
so he's got some experience. I would say.
He's got some experience, yeah.
Okay.
So,
in fightting like sort of long-haired sissies. So
I don't know. I don't think Paul McCartney would do anything.
Well, I don't think there's any that stand out. I'm just going to say I just think that
I think solely on my personal music preference and also the drummer was a boxer, the Smiths would win.
Well, I didn't realise the drummer was a boxer. So,
yeah.
But like you said, it's just one man.
yeah, but could one boxer take on the Beatles?
4 hippies. It's really would one boxer beat up 4 hippies? Is the question you're really asking?
Actually,
I think that's what it comes down
I think
to.
he probably could, actually. Now that you say it like that, 4 hippies. Yeah. And there were hippies. I didn't really realise. They were also pretty soft as well, aren't they? Because they were the 60s. I think one boxer could beat up 4 hippies.
Well, he was also like, so he's a punk boxing drummer. So
I think there'd be a lot of slapping.
So it's all the eggs in like one basket for them.
yeah, pretty much. Because
If he gets knocked down, then
oh yeah,
then
because
the Smiths are screwed.
I suppose they could just like
okay, yeah, go for it.
with the sticks.
Slapping each other's
they could
faces.
just whack a bass guitar around his head, and he'd be dead then. He'd be on the floor. So once they've done that, then yeah, you're right. I think well, George Harrison and Johnny Marr are pretty much like for like. So
Okay.
I think that's pretty much a draw.
It's a draw? Are we saying it's a draw?
I'm saying it's a draw between the two guitar players.
Oh, it's a draw, okay.
And then Ringo Starr gets beaten up by the Smiths drummer. That's just what happens.
Okay. Accept it and move on. All right.
Yeah. So yeah, and then the bass player is Paul McCartney in Beatles, isn't it? So against our bass player, the Smiths bass player, who's a crackhead. The crackhead wins.
The crackhead wins. Okay.
And then John Lennon against Morrissey. John Lennon wins. So it's a draw.
It is a draw.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
say it's a draw. Well, no, because we got 2 for 1 really. So I'll say the Smiths win.
You say the Smiths?
Yeah.
That was a really long detailed answer. Adam, what do you think?
Yeah, I think my initial gut was Beatles, but I didn't. Considering that the drummer was a boxer, as you say, that would give them the edge.
Give them the edge. I don't really know.
It's hippies. It's hippies versus post-punk sort of.
I'd probably have to go
sad boys, isn't it? Really, that's sort of like the.
So they're both quite similar, but I'd probably have to go with the punk. So in this case, I'm going to be guided by your comments, and I'm going to go with the Smiths.
Well, only the drummer really.
Okay. Moving on. All right, bloody hell. How about Noel Gallagher versus Noel Edmonds?
Noel Gallagher.
But Noel Edmonds is fucking solid though.
Is he solid? Is he?
He's fucking absolutely ripped. Like in the jungle, he's got like a 6-pack and like old man pecs. He's
old man pecs.
He does that, you know,
they're
like
kind of weird, aren't they?
They're like
also
they're like slightly saggy, but also defined.
Yeah, but the what I would say is that Noel Gallagher knows how to fight dirty, and I reckon he's gonna cigarette butt him in the eye, and then he also quite literally used to hit members of the general public that went onto the stage in Oasis gigs with his guitar, like around the head.
Yeah, he wouldn't fight clean, would he? Whereas I think Noel Edmonds seems like an honest enough guy.
Yeah,
that he'd think that his like strength and fitness could carry him,
and all of a sudden
through
he's got a handful of dirt in his face. And his eyes being gouged and his fingernails.
He's got Noel Gallagher somehow got his shoe off and got a buddy.
He's got one of the cue balls in his sock.
In his sock. He's whacking him with it.
Okay, but what if Noel Edmonds called Mr. Blobby? Could he be like if he's the barman in the story, Mr. Blobby, would he rush to his aid, do you reckon?
Well, that's just not part of the question.
Not part of the question?
No.
Okay.
Well, that's kind of like, that's like
the Mr. Blobby variable.
Mr. Blobby variable. If he's there, it's not looking good for a Gallagher. If he's not there, and we sort of have to assume that he isn't working that shift. He's just worked like a full double shift there, dropping glasses and fucking up orders because he's Mr. Blobby. So we're going to go Noel Gallagher just on sheer grit alone, yeah?
Yeah.
Noel Gallagher, cool. How about Liam Gallagher versus Liam Payne from One Direction? I think we all know where this is going.
Again, it's the same applies.
But is like Liam Gallagher actually like a hard man, or is he like?
No, I don't think Noel's a hard man. I don't think they're hard men. I just think they're just.
I do see like some steel in Noel that I don't think that Liam necessarily possesses.
I think if anything, Liam would be more dirty.
Yeah, I think so as well.
That's my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if anything, he'd have more tricks.
Yeah.
More
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't know what's hiding underneath that cagoule, do you?
The cagoule the cagoule could be a weapon.
It's a cagoule factor. Yeah.
The cagoule factor.
The cagoule factor.
You got to consider it. Yeah.
If it's zipped all the way to the top, it's dangerous.
He puts a cagoule on like Liam Payne and starts punching him when he's blind. He can't see. He bags him and just pummels him.
But then again, Liam Payne has got a baby called Bear, so
has he got abs as well, Liam Payne?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He seems like
probably, yeah.
Seems like the
yeah, but I think if he does, he wouldn't necessarily be strong.
No. So it's all for show, though.
Aesthetic.
Yeah, I think it's definitely Liam Gallagher in this scenario.
When that cagoule is zipped up to the top.
If it's not, then you have a puncher's chance. Right? If he goes full form and he zips it up mid-fight, call it. All right?
If it's night time and he's wearing sunglasses as well.
If we're Liam
sunglasses on.
Yeah.
Happy Monday's playing in the background.
If we're Liam Payne's like sort of corner men and we see Liam Gallagher zip it up, okay,
the towel.
throw the towel. Well, that's all the questions I've got. So I think we're going to leave it there. So I'd like to thank you guys for coming here.
No worries.
And gotta say, thanks for listening, guys. Farewell.
Goodbye.
You're going to say bye, guys?
Oh, yeah. See you later, guys.
Yeah, see ya.
Nailed that, didn't we? So, Jason, where can you get more Sweet Connection in your life?
Well, Ben, we are on Facebook at Sweet Connection Podcast, and we're also on Twitter at SweetC_podcast, so you can give us a like or a follow.
And you can also find us on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and Podbean, so if you enjoyed the show, you can give us a rating or a review or recommend to a friend.
And if you wanted to email in a topic or a question, or just say hi, it's thesweetconnection@outlook.com.
Massive thanks to Kip for all our various jingles. Thank you for listening, and see you next time.